Destiny Rising allows us to play as Kabr the Legionless, the titan that tragically died in the Vault of Glass in main Destiny. In this video, I'll be breaking down everything we know about this version of Kabr in Destiny Rising, and what that might mean for his future. In Destiny Rising, we meet a young and eager Kabr, one who is very confident in himself, almost to a fault. He speaks very highly of his acts and will skew details to paint himself in a better light. We see this in our first interaction with him, as he tells us a story of his encounter with the Fallen. His ghost Shams splices in the truth with his exaggerant storytelling. Shams grounds Kabr. His lore tab reveals exciting details about his history. His relic weapon is the Thunder Shield. Every Destiny Rising character has an important relic weapon tied to them, this being their super. The tab for the Thunder Shield reads, "Drenched in the rhythmic roar of thunder, the night was parted. Beneath the tempests." The origin of this perpetually electrified shield is unknown, though it may be an artifact from beyond Earth. Discovered amidst the aftermath of a tempest that rendered vast plains a darkened wasteland, this lightning-scarred shield slumbered. Only once a light bearer named Kabr repaired it would its wounds at last be mended. Now it bursts with a resplendence as intense as the thunders above. So the Thunder Shield is directly inspired by the Aegis, the relic that we use in the Vault of Glass. After falling to the hands of the Vex, Kabr sacrifices his light and creates the Aegis, losing himself in the process. In Destiny Rising, Kabr discovers the shield amidst a wasteland after a violent storm and repairs the weapon. Both relics have the same function, which is that the shield can fire a projectile. In Greek mythology, the Aegis is a shield wielded by Athena and Zeus, and sometimes carries the head of a Gorgon. Aegis translates to violent windstorm, similar to the Greek word katagias, which means thunderstorm. The Thunder Shield is accurate to the nature of the Aegis in Greek, which is a weapon of thunder and tempest. Continuing on, his file reveals more about his character. Kabr is an impassioned and outspoken light-bearer, whose frankness borders on excess. As such, he often finds himself perplexed by society's subtle jokes and silent acceptance of injustice. Despite Shams' attempts to help him navigate these complexities, Kabr still ends up charging headfirst into trouble with his shield held high. However, adversity never keeps his spirits down for long. He continues to pursue his ideals of equity and righteousness, laboring relentlessly to embody the hero within. This resolve has led him from the place of his revival to Haven, where he pursues his undying aspirations. It's first off interesting to note here that Kabr was revived in Gibraltar, which is a British overseas territory on the Iberian Peninsula. The name Gibraltar comes from the Muslim rule during 711 AD. The Umayyad Caliphate commander Tariq ibn Ziyad conquered the land we now know as Gibraltar and gave it the name of Jabal Tariq, which means Mountain of Tariq, named after the commander. And we get Gibraltar as it's how Spanish derives the Arabic word. Kabr or Kabar translates to tomb in Arabic. It's great to see that Destiny Rising is keeping the Arabic and Middle Eastern connections present with this lore and even expanding upon them. Kabr is a person who wants to be remembered for being a hero. He goes headfirst into trouble without thinking and is naive to the darkness of society. This is reflective of his personality in main Destiny. We don't know much about his origins or who he really is, but we do know that Kabr went into the Vault of Glass headfirst, not truly realizing what he and his fire team were getting themselves into. He went in expecting adventure and loot, yet found himself left to a tragic fate. He drank radiolaria and deteriorated into a Vex, leading to his death and the erasure of his sense of self. He went into it headfirst and paid the price, something a man with this type of personality would do. In a voice line, Kabr mentions that he aims to create Kabr's Legion.
Just picture it. I'll build a legion, and together we'll venture forth into the unpredictable.
And you're sure you're going to call it Kabr's Legion?
Though, in main Destiny, his title is notably the Legionless. This is quite tragic, as Destiny Rising of course takes place well before his adventures in the Vault of Glass, where he would become alone and legionless. We see his dreams of having a legion to call his own, but inevitably, it'd be he alone, legionless. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.